My house used to make me feel like a failure, not because it was dirty, because it was never done. I would spend entire Saturday cleaning. Every room, every surface, the kitchen, the bathrooms, the floors, the laundry, everything. And for about 48 hours, it felt incredible. And then life happened. A cup on a table, shoes by the door, a blanket on a sofa, a toy in a hallway. And by Tuesday, it looked like I've never cleaned at all. And I would stand there thinking, I just did this. I literally just did this. For years, I thought the problem was me, that I wasn't disciplined enough, organized enough, consistent enough. I would watch those perfectly clean home videos online and wonder what those people knew that I didn't. What was I missing? Why couldn't I just keep it together? But eventually, I realized something that changed everything. I didn't have a cleaning problem, I had a returning problem. Here's what I mean. Think about what actually makes a home feel messy. It's almost never dirt, it's almost never dust. It's things being out of place. The cup that didn't make it back to the kitchen, the coat that didn't make it back to the hook, the toy that didn't make it back to the basket. Individually, none of those things matter, but together, they create the feeling of chaos. And here's what I realized: every object in a house has a home. And when enough things stop returning home, the house starts feeling chaotic long before it's actually dirty. I wasn't failing at cleaning, I was failing at returning. And those are completely different problems with completely different solutions. So I tried something almost embarrassingly simple. Every night before I go to bed, 10 minutes. That's it. 10 minutes. I walk through the house and I help things find their way home. The cup goes back to the kitchen. The shoes go back to the closet. The blanket goes back on the sofa. Olivia's toys go back into their basket. No deep cleaning, no scrubbing, no reorganizing projects, no productivity systems. Just everything back where it belongs. 10 minutes every night before bed. I call it reset. The funny thing is, the system is so simple that part of me was disappointed. I wanted a better answer, a prettier answer, a more complicated answer, but the answer was 10 minutes. This is usually what it looks like: nothing dramatic, few toys, a straightened pillow, a cup returned to the kitchen, a blanket folded. The whole thing takes about 10 minutes. There's no dread, no marathon, no catching up. It's just maintenance, just helping things return home before they have a chance to accumulate. What changed wasn't just the house, it's how I felt inside the house. I stopped waking up on Saturday feeling behind before the day even started. I stopped walking into the room and immediately seeing a to-do list. I stopped feeling like my home was constantly asking something from me, because nothing has been allowed to build up. The house wasn't perfect, it still isn't, but it became something better than perfect. It became recoverable, and recoverable changed everything. I've been thinking about why this works, and I think it comes down to something bigger than cleaning. Most problems feel overwhelming because we only notice them after they have already grown. By the time the house looks messy, the process creating the mess has been happening for days. By the time the laundry pile feels impossible, it's been building for a week. We are not bad at cleaning, we are just always starting too late. And the solution isn't more discipline, the solution is noticing the process earlier. And that's true for a surprising number of things in life. Good systems don't prevent disorder, they just make sure disorder never gets a head start. The goal was never a perfectly clean home. The goal was a house that didn't require an entire Saturday to rescue it. A house that wasn't quietly sitting in the back of my mind all week. A house that felt like it was on my side instead of working against me. And 10 minutes every evening turned out to be enough. Not because I became more disciplined, not because I became a better cleaner, but because I finally stopped fighting the mess after it arrived and started building a system that meant it never got a chance to. If you ever stood in a clean room on Saturday and thought, I know this won't last, maybe it's not the cleaning problem at all, maybe it's a returning problem.